I would take LeBron James over Michael Jordan. Now, depending on your stance on this topic, you may like or dislike this video. Please like and subscribe if you are new. If you already subscribed, thank you. Yada yada yada. Like the video. Give me feedback in the comment section below. But I would take LeBron over Michael Jordan. Now, this isn't me saying LeBron is better than MJ, LeBron is the greatest of all time, yada yada yada. I'm actually a believer that it's like a 1A, 1B thing between Michael Jordan and LeBron James, because I just think it's that close. I can't definitively say one is better than the other. That's how great they are. They're in a league of their own. Like, it's them and everyone else. Because from 1-2 or 1A, 1B, the gap between them and number 3 is a bit big. Not too big, but a bit big. But I would take LeBron over MJ. And, you know, if I had to choose between the two. And that's me being a guy who believes that it's so close that it's a 1A, 1B situation between who's the greatest of all time. They're both the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Now, what I mean by what I would do and say is, like, I would take LeBron over Michael Jordan. It has more to do with, if I had the first overall pick in a draft, and these were the top 2 guys on the board, and I viewed them as a 1A, 1B, equally good, same grades, you know, I had an equal amount of grades, viewed them both as highly as you would, I would pick LeBron. The first reason is age. LeBron entered the league out of high school. Jordan played 3 years of college before he entered the league. Now, again, in context of the greatest of all time debate, which I don't really like, it doesn't matter as much. It's about era in that case. You know, MJ grew up in an era where you stayed 3 to 4 years in college before you went to the NBA. One and done really wasn't a thing until like the mid 2000s, honestly. But LeBron grew up in an era where high school kids were getting drafted, and he was viewed as his all-time great prospect, so he left early. Whole different circumstances, grew up in a different era where different things were valued. Now, with that being said, age does matter when you're drafting a player. And I would pick the younger option because I get him for more years. Jordan played a total of 15 years in the NBA between the Chicago Bulls, where he would spend 13 years, he would spend 2 years with the Washington Wizards. Amazing in all of those years, honestly. But LeBron is in his 17th year right now, and he's playing at a very high level. He's averaging 10.7 assists a game, and overall is still really good. So there's that. Age does matter when you're drafting, so that's one reason. Another reason for me is system. You know, MJ could play point guard. He wasn't a bad playmaker despite what some people may think. He averaged, you know, 5.3 assists for his career, 5.4 with the Bulls early on in his career, from 1987 to 1993, so his first stint with the Bulls where he really started to pick up steam. He averaged 6.2 assists per game. His career high in assists per game is 8, so he proved he could be a good playmaker. But honestly, for me though, LeBron James has really been the point guard for his team his entire career. And what I mean by that is, you know, his teams had point guards. You know, Kyrie Irving, Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers, Mo Williams, Daniel Gibson, Delonte West. You get the whole idea of that. But at the same time, he was the playmaker. He was the forward general of the team. And the point guard is defined as the forward general. So honestly, even though he's enlisted as a small forward, or a power forward, or a shooting guard, or whatever, he really is the forward general point guard of the team. So he fits the role of a point guard. So he kind of has been playing the role of a point guard his entire career. Whereas MJ, well, he did have that 1 year in 1989 where he did play a lot of point guard, and it showed it worked. He averaged like 32, 8, and 8, which is really insane. But at the same time, you saw Scottie Pippen play more of that point guard role. You had guys on the team that played more of a traditional point guard role. Whereas with LeBron, he really was the point guard role of the team, even if he wasn't listed as it. So that's another reason, in my opinion, because of LeBron's ability to be more of a floor general. And MJ was a good floor general. It wasn't that he wasn't. It's just I think LeBron is a better floor general. Also, for me though, it has a lot to do with the fact that, both are generational talents. We haven't seen this kind of production out of a player in years, really, like we have seen from Michael Jordan. And players who have had this kind of production, or even close to this kind of production, are either already in the Hall of Fame or will be in the Hall of Fame. So it's not like he isn't, but, I don't know if we'll ever see anything like LeBron again. And that's no knock to MJ, but with LeBron, I just don't know if we ever will see anything like LeBron. Players like LeBron who entered the league and weren't great shooters. I said like LeBron, there isn't really anyone like LeBron, but players who were athletic and entered the league, not great shooters, you can see improvement throughout, but we haven't seen consistent improvement like this unless we saw someone like LeBron, where very much like at the beginning of his career he wasn't a great shooter at all, but as time went on, he wasn't Steph Curry, he wasn't Ray Allen, he wasn't Klay Thompson, but you couldn't leave him open. And when he got into the zone, he could hit a shot from anywhere. It's kind of insane. And also I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, again, it's not Michael Jordan's fault that he was put in a better situation than LeBron, but what LeBron was able to do with that supporting cast early on in Cleveland, that's kind of impressive to me. Not kind of, that's really impressive to me. Even if they never won a title early on, him being able to carry that team. And I know it's not as bad as some people think it is. It wasn't like he was carrying a bunch of G Leaguers. He had some legit players around him. But, players don't win 65 or 67 games like LeBron was with those other supporting teammates unless you're LeBron James. Now, again, Michael Jordan did, he did great things early on without Scottie Pippen, never won much in the playoffs. But again, what LeBron did early on and how many games his teams won because of him and solely because of him really shows how great of a player he was and how much impact he can have on a team. And if you build around that correctly, you could have a dynasty. I think that's the thing that, gets me the most and why I would pick him the most. LeBron James is a 3-time NBA champion. 2 of those rings came in a good situation with Miami, but 1 ring in Cleveland. But a lot of players who are a level below LeBron wouldn't even reach the heights that he had given the situations that he was given early on. I don't think any player other than LeBron and maybe Michael Jordan could lead that Cavs team to the finals. It's just something I personally think. And to emphasize it even more for me, again, if he was built around correctly, if they built around him correctly, I think he has more than 3 rings. If Cleveland builds around LeBron James correctly early on, I think we're talking about a Brady Belichick dynasty. You know what I mean? That's how good he is. Because if his supporting cast was even a little better, I don't think we're talking about this debate and MJ has 6 rings, LeBron has 3. I think he may have as many rings as Michael Jordan if the team built around him correctly and didn't just, live off his talent. But those are just my thoughts on why I would take LeBron over Michael Jordan. Again, I'm not saying one's better than the other. Honestly, I think it's 1A, 1B. Michael Jordan could be my 1A one day. LeBron James could be the 1A one day. Michael Jordan could be the 1B one day. LeBron James could be the 1B one day. It flip-flops back and forth. I think they're both insanely talented. I think they're generational talents. I think they have had an astounding impact on the game of basketball, have inspired many players and many generations. And I think, again, you know, it's really, I just appreciate the greatness of both of them. And at the end of the day, they're both great. But if you had to tell me build around one of them, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, and you forced me to choose and I couldn't just say, I think they're both great, I would take LeBron. And I would build my team around LeBron. But thank you for watching the video. If you're new, please feel free to like and subscribe. I make videos like this. I make videos about the NBA. I make videos about basketball in general. Sometimes I talk about other sports, not too much though. But you occasionally also maybe see a football or basketball video or baseball video or whatever, maybe even a cricket video sometime. But yeah, these are my thoughts. Who would you take if you had to build your franchise around either one of them? But yeah, again, like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching it if you made it to this point in the video. And have a nice day.